with Twitch, one with YouTube, and the lag between the two is ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I know. Crazy. Twitch is faster, isn't it?
Twitch is much faster. Much faster.
Yep. Then you got to figure you're going from my computer, OBS, to Restream, then from Restream to Twitch, and then from Restream to YouTube. So you got all that time in there.
Yeah. YouTube buffers a little bit for quality, though.
Yeah.
So.
That's true. Where is everybody?
I don't know. They all took a day off for Lent, I guess.
Apparently. Alrighty, well, now that we got that squared away, I got it locked in on my OBS. Yes. I got the handy dandy little padlock lit, so it won't change. There's even about a half-second delay between what I do and my camera, what my camera is showing on OBS.
Well, I'll see that because we have to broadcast. That's broadcasting to Twitch, then back down to OBS, then to Restream, then to Twitch. So we've got multiple stuff just running everywhere, just running amok.
So
we're like just
we have
killing
like
6 or 7
a
services.
plate of cables laying here, is what you're telling
me.
Yeah. A pasta plate of what they call it when something
smorgasbord.
No, not the word. Something that's
see. Look at that.
A metaphor.
Look at that.
A metaphor. Yeah, it's a nice cigar. I like this cigar.
See, the wrapper on this one is.
Look at
yes, the wrapper on this one is excellent.
Yes, it is. Although, look at this. I have a blemish. There's a blemish on
you have a blemish?
Yeah, when I took the band off. See? Can you see it?
Mine did not. Mine came out really nice. It's just mine came off really nice too.
Can you see it?
Yes, I seen it.
See it? You see it?
Yes, I see it. I see it. Can you hear me now? Good.
Has a real nice aroma. I get the aroma of peanuts. Peanuts. I must specify that. Mmm. Mmm. Okay. Cut it.
I already punched mine.
Mm. Mm.
I might say it was not the greatest punch, but it was better than most.
Got the job done, didn't it?
Yeah.
And once again, I'm getting a bunch of tobacco with it, just like I did when I did my review of it.
Oh, yeah. It spits a bunch of little tobacco turds at you.
Yep.
Yeah, it's good at doing that. I think they don't pack the end as tight.
Bastards.
Now the question is toast or not to toast?
Well, I usually don't. I mean, I have. I'm not saying don't do it. I'm just saying I usually don't.
Toasted it up all nice there. Look at that. Just
lovely. That is lovely.
Well, should I light this thing?
I am. I'm lighting.
Very nice. Very nice.
Yes, very nice indeed. Okay. I have my refreshment. I have my cigar, and thank you, Tanner James, for sending me the cigar. I appreciate it very much.
No problem.
So when you went to Oklahoma, you stopped at a tobacco shop and you visited with the people and you bought a few things. Enlighten us.
It was a very nice experience. It had a very nice lounge, it had a very nice walk-in humidor. Very nice, just very nice setup overall. People were down to earth. Trying
Continue.
to load up a web browser. Trying to load up a web browser here. Give me one
Uh,
moment.
Tell us about this $100 cigar they had you told me about.
Oh, it was 120 some dollars for one stick. It was in a gold plated box. I don't even remember the name of it. Once I heard the price, actually he told me I didn't even look at it because I already knew that section of cigars was out of my price range anyways. So it was very nice though. Came in a really fancy, nice box, all varnished up, nice looking box. But we
$120 a
know in
stick,
your
though, that's pretty fucking pricey for any cigar.
yes. Hopefully you bought it, you took it home and cleaned your house before you smoked it.
No shit, right?
That's a little ridiculous in my opinion.
Well, it's not unheard of though, because down here in Orlando, there's a tobacco shop, and it's a big one. It's a chain tobacco shop, local chain, just around Florida. They have actual pre-embargo Cuban cigars. Do you understand what I mean by that?
Yeah.
Okay, so they're actually pre-embargo Cuban cigars, and a lot of them go for $100 or more a stick. And
Well,
I've often
this
thought
was
that if
close to the
huh,
Davidoff section, if that tells you anything.
ah, okay. Well, I've always wanted to try one of those pre-embargo cigars. So one of these days, if I ever get the money, I'd like to walk in there, buy one of those fucking cigars, and smoke it.
Yeah. It'd be the greatest thing since sliced bread or not worth the money.
This is true because I've had Cuban cigars before,
Right.
actually quite a few times. Matter of fact, I brought 3 boxes home with me when I went on a cruise to Hawaii. There was a tobacco shop in San Diego. I'm not going to name names, um, but he had a
Might not even be
brother.
in business anymore.
Huh?
It might not even be in business
Yeah,
anymore.
it might not. I don't know. This was like back in the freaking mid '90s. This happened, so
Very
you
good
know.
possibility then.
And anyway, I'm sure the statute of limitations has run out by now. you
Probably.
know. Anyway, his brother-in-law was Cuban and had family still in Cuba, so he could go to. He had a travel visa for Cuba because apparently, if you have family still in Cuba, you can get a travel visa to go there and visit them. Whereas, a normal citizen can't get a travel visa directly to Cuba. You have to go through a third country, say like to
Right.
Mexico, then to Cuba, and then back from Cuba to Mexico, then the US. Okay. But
Yeah.
anyway, so if you have a travel visa to Cuba, directly to Cuba, like a family, you can bring a certain amount of things back with you. One of the things you can bring back is cigars, and you're allowed, I think, 2 boxes each time. I don't know that's what I heard. That's what he told me at the time, but I don't know if it's actually 2 boxes or how many. But anyway, he had like half a dozen different boxes of cigars, Cuban cigars, different brands. So I bought 3 of them, and I had those videos. If somebody would like to see those reviews, they're re-uploads from 2016. You can go through my Cigar Mix playlist and find those and watch the reviews on those. So yes, I have had Cuban cigars quite a few times, and to be honest, their quality control is shit. It's terrible. Of those cigars I got, those 3 boxes, probably about half of each box was damn near unsmokable because the construction was so bad.
So we need to send some Nicaraguan rollers down there to done roll up some cigars for him.
Well, yeah, something because their fucking quality control is just shit, absolute shit. But people say, "Oh, that Cuban tobacco is the best tobacco in the world." Yeah, it's okay. I mean, to be honest, this cigar is just as good as those were. It really is. The
And
thing
this
with
is a
Cuban,
moderately cheap cigar, really.
yeah, and I mean it's just as good as those were. The thing of it is see, Cuba, the island of Cuba has a lot of lithium in its soil, and lithium is not only used for batteries, it is also used as a drug to calm people. Do you know that?
Uh-uh. Well,
Yeah,
yeah, I did actually. Yeah.
yeah. They use lithium a lot of times, like in mental institutions and things like that, to calm the patients and help treat, mental issues. But Cuba has a lot of lithium in its soil, so that's why the Cuban tobacco was so popular. Is because a lot of times when you smoke that, the lithium goes into the tobacco leaf, because it grows in that soil, and then it comes through the smoke when you smoke, and it has a calming effect on you. Now, did I experience that calming effect? Maybe. I don't know. I
He
can't
was he
specifically point to it.
it gets canceled out by the poor construction.
Yeah, exactly.
Being irritated at the poor construction.
Exactly, yes. But yeah, I mean, they were good cigars as far as, the nuances and things like that. But the construction was just so bad. It's just, like you said, it was irritating and everything. I mean, you get upset. I don't blame anybody for getting upset at a cigar that has poor construction. But I will say the construction of the cigars we get is 100 times better.
I mean, this is a pretty good constructed cigar. These, are, in my opinion, all of them, it's got their shit down.
Yes. Well, all of us one of the old brands. All of us been around for years.
They've rolled a cigar or two, so they know what they're doing.
Yes, they have. Yep. Oh, I need to figure out how to put the chat up so people can see the chat between us.
Yeah.
All right,
Well, the
here we
good
go.
news is the restream does bring both platforms together, so that's nice, even down in the chat.
Well, yeah, that's true. It does. But I like having it on the screen so people can actually read it on the screen,
Right. That
like
would
if
have
they're
worked
on their
earlier.
cell phone or something. So
Right.
on your cell phone, can you see the chat and the video?
Yeah. On
Okay.
both platforms, I can actually.
Okay, that's good. All right. Well, I won't worry about putting it on the screen then.
That would have worked really good earlier when we had the big black blob on the screen over there, you know?
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, everybody should try a Cuban cigar at least once or twice just to get their own impressions of it. So if you get a chance to one, definitely try one. Don't pay an arm and a leg for the freaking thing. I'm not going to pay. I wouldn't pay over. Well, I haven't smoked one in years, so I mean it's been since the '90s that last time I smoked one. So I wouldn't pay over $20 a stick for one. Matter of fact, I'd be hard pressed to give $10 a stick for one, honestly. But I'm going to go with the assumption that since Castro's a dead, dead, you have no idea the words I want to say about that useless pile of piss, useless bucket of piss. But I'll just leave it at that. Maybe construction has gotten better. Maybe quality control has gotten better under his brother's regime.
Well, and I think they're getting more out there now.
see, and that's another thing. Everybody thought when Obama was in office, being the commie he is. Oh, there I go, getting political. Sorry, my
Yeah,
apologies.
pissing everybody off.
Yep, pissing everybody off. Um, that Tanner, can you edit this out later? That comment.
Uh, you might be able to go in and use the YouTube editor and edit it out.
Yes, please do. Would you? Anyway, uh, everybody thought that Obama was gonna lift the trade embargo with Cuba, but he never did. I mean, he came close, but he never did. I don't know why he didn't. I mean, I figured if anybody was going to do it, I figured he would do it, but
Right,
he didn't. And Trump has actually talked about lifting the embargo. Um, whether he actually will or not, I don't know. Um, he sometimes says things that he doesn't do, which for the most part he does what he says he's going to do. But there's some things. I think what he does is I think he does it just to troll the Democrats. Honestly, I really do,
probably.
because he's a big time troll, and that cracks me up about him. But there I go getting political again. Anyway, um, I mean, it's hard to talk about Cuba and the embargo without getting political in a way. You know what I mean? It really is,
Right,
because it's such a political issue. It really is. I mean, it happened because of politics. The
right,
Cuban Missile Crisis, and Kennedy was trying to keep America safe. He didn't want Russia parking a bunch of ICBMs off our 90 miles off the coast of Florida. I mean, that's a situation we want no freaking part of, you
right,
know. But yeah, I mean, that was all political, so it's hard to talk about the embargo without being political, because in order for it to be lifted, it's going to have to be a political issue that lifts it. So, I mean, I don't like to talk about politics usually, but in this case, you have to, because it's all about politics. Anyway, one day maybe the embargo will be lifted. We can hope.
Look
I
at
mean,
that. Look at that
not while it's
nice.
still a Cuban regime. I don't want it lifted, but
Look at that nice ash going on there.
that is lovely. That is lovely. I keep knocking mine off.
I'm waiting for mine to fall in my lap.
Ashes on the floor, not part of the decor.
Yes, I have a broom
Yes, and a shop vac.
and children that like to run said shop vac.
There you go. Can't beat that with a dead possum now, can you?
Nope.
Yeah. When I was in Hawaii, I didn't get a chance to visit any tobacco shops. I wish I could have, but I mean, things in Hawaii are so expensive because everything has to be shipped there,
Hmm.
either by air or by ship. I mean, they have their own produce and seafood and stuff like that, but you know what the crazy thing is? You know what the number one selling thing in Hawaii is? Spam. It's true. Back during the war, spam was a big thing in rations and things like that. And, you know, Japan, Japan, Hawaii being a big military, a big military base. It got the Navy, the Air Force, well, at the time, the Air Corps, U.S. Army Air Corps and all that was there. And,
Right.
you know, not every island had a military base, but, Oahu, I think, is where it's at. Wherever Honolulu is, whatever island Honolulu is on, that's where the Pearl Harbor is. Pearl Harbor, big military base. And yeah, that spam got really popular with the residents of Hawaii. And as a matter of fact, it still is today, and they still eat a lot of it today. Is my audio better now?
I
I
I mean,
turned it
I
up.
didn't think it doesn't sound bad on my end.
Okay. All right. Anyway, yeah, it got really popular with the residents of Hawaii, and that's like the number one. Well, it's not the absolute number one selling thing. I mean, not not now, but I mean, it's big. It's spam is big in Hawaii, very big, and that's crazy because you wouldn't think a potted meat would be so popular, but it is.
Right.
Do you like spam? Have you ever tried spam?
Spam a few times. I'm not the world's biggest fan of it, but it's not bad.
You know what the best way to do with spam?
But
Take it, slice it up about an eighth of an inch thick.
cook it.
Yep, get you a little butter in a skillet, fry that up, then saute some onions in there with it, and get you a slice of nice wheat bread with the kernels of grains in it. I don't know if you like that bread or not, but I love that bread. And slather it with mayonnaise on both sides, and then put the two slices of that fried spam on there, and then cover it in your sauteed onions and knock it out. Now I hate onions. I won't eat onions. I'll eat the I'll eat chives, the green tops of onions.
Yeah,
But as far as the bulb part, I won't eat that because I can't. I can't stand it. Onions
we're
remind
this
me of
big
little
so far.
globs of snot. Oh yeah, that's lovely. You have to start smoking it like this just to keep it from falling. There you go.
Yes, just keep smoking it straight up.
But yeah, I used to make that for, um, you know, it's pretty good. So give it a try. I mean, I eat it without the onions, and I love it. That's good stuff right there. Especially if you put like two slices of cheese on it. One other thing you can do is take and fry your spam up, and then take and put it. Get you two slices of bread and butter the outside of them like you're making grilled cheese, and put a slice of cheese on each slice of bread, and put your spam in between them and grill them like grilled cheese.
Yeah.
That's freaking delicious. Freaking delicious. It's almost like a patty melt. You ever had a patty melt?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like nobody makes them anymore, and I don't know why. They're freaking delicious. I love patty melts. We used to have them in school every once in a while. I really like them.
Really good construction here. Just
I know it's amazing. Well, it says YouTube says I have 3 people watching, and Twitch says I have one person watching. So I guess I know who's watching me on Twitch. It's you, right?
yeah.
That's awesome. I don't know who the third person is watching on YouTube. Drop a comment.
Well,
Let us know you're there.
it says now we're down to 2 on my end on
Oh
YouTube.
yeah. Mm, ain't that quite a deal? People come and people go.
Yeah, somebody must have ate. What now?
Huh? Yeah, he isn't in
Just,
yet.
yeah.
I always look for him and Trevor to come in, and neither of them are in. It's like, what the hell,
Right.
man? Yeah,
Probably
they
couldn't get the
said that.
cigar, so they're like, we're just gonna set it out.
Oh, you don't
That you
have to
don't
have the
have. Yes, yes. Yeah, you don't have to have a cigar to come smoke along with it. You can smoke whatever you want.
You don't even have to smoke.
Yeah.
You don't
You
want to
can eat a
smoke?
piece
You
of
don't have
pie.
to.
I mean, whatever you want to do. You can come watch while you're taking a big dump. We don't care.
Exactly. If you want to smoke cigarettes while you're taking a
Yeah,
dump on the toilet, watch
yeah.
everybody knock
We
themselves out.
don't really care. Yeah.
That's your thing. We're good with it.
Mm-hmm.
We don't mind being watched while you're taking a dump.
Or I do some of my best YouTube viewing.
I know, right? Robert, my brother-in-law, he'll get in there and sit on the toilet. He'll be in there. He's like Al Bundy. He'll be in there for freaking 45 minutes. I can't understand that. I can't understand. All right, I'm gonna have to qualify this, but anyway, let me continue on. He'll be in there for 45 minutes, sitting on the freaking John, and he's in there just scrolling through shorts, just
Dropped it
watching
off at
shorts.
the pool.
Oh, it fell off finally.
No, I was it was getting ready. I could see it breaking off, so I was like, yeah, we'll just cut ahead. But it left a nice little point.
Yeah, nice, left you a nice little cone. But yeah, he'll be in there for 45 minutes doing that, and it's like, oh, they say they did a study, I guess, and you YouTube Shorts and TikTok and Facebook Shorts, most over half the viewers of those do it while they're sitting on the toilet. I mean, they do it other times too, but they said they did a study and said over half the viewers while they're watching those are on the toilet. It's like, okay, but anyway, yeah. I see. I can't sit in there. All right. Here's my qualifier. I can't sit in there. Even when I was a kid, couldn't sit in there. So I'd get in there, I'd do my business, get my butt wiped, and get the hell out.
That's goony goo goo.
I mean, it's not that I don't mind taking a poopy, you know. Sometimes you take a poopy, you feel a lot better afterwards, So I don't mind taking a poopy. It's
Yes,
just that there's no reason for me to linger in the bathroom. None
yes.
whatsoever. I got better shit to do than sit on a toilet.
Well, the boss makes a dollar, I make a dime. That's why I poop on company time. So
Exactly, yeah. And that's the other thing, when I was driving truck, sometimes it's hard to find a toilet when you're driving a truck. That's why they
yeah,
usually have rest areas every 30 miles, so you find one about every 30-minute mark. But sometimes it's hard to find a toilet. And, that's why, truck almost every truck driver out there on the road, except for the ones in day cabs doing local crap, if they're an over the road driver, I can almost guarantee you they have a pee jug.
oh yeah.
I almost guarantee it. If you go get up in their cab, you will find a pee jug.
They make a
And
mount for that to hang it off the side of your golf cart. By the way,
oh, that's cool. I need that. And then a lot of them, not all of them, but a lot. I mean, I'd probably say a quarter of them maybe actually have a porta potty in their cab.
yeah,
So they
composting dumper.
yeah, so they take their poopies. Yep, especially when they wake up after their sleeper berth, they can take their poopy. But a lot
Yeah.
of times, when you take your sleeper berth, um, you're at a truck stop or you're at a rest area or someplace like that. So when you wake up, you can actually go ahead and use the public restroom.
Or you can just cut a hole in the cab, crap while you're going down the road if you got co-drivers.
Now you're gonna make me go politics again. Well, that ain't political. Uh, I don't want to go there, Tanner, and you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I do.
I don't want to go there
I'm sure there's more than just them that do it, though.
because then I'll be called a racist.
Yes.
Anyway, edit that out later too, please. Anyway,
He don't realize
yeah.
I'll totally forget to do this.
And I'm not going to be heartbroken if it doesn't happen. So,
We'll let people draw their own conclusions.
yeah. And I don't. The thing I'm thinking about is, I'm not saying to be racist because I actually witnessed it happening. So, I mean, it's not a stereotype or anything like that. I actually witnessed this happening
On more than one occasion.
on yes, on more than one occasion. On more than one occasion. Yep, you're right. And I felt sorry for the mechanics. I really did.
Yes.
Yeah, that was just gross. Anyway, but yeah, most of the time you have some place you can go in and go poopy when you wake up from your sleeper berth. And, that's always nice, but then there's times you don't, like if you sleep on an on ramp or something like that, Um,
Mhm.
or if you're at a big giant truck stop and your head was forced to park clear at the back of 40 freaking acres, you know. And yes, I have seen truck stops that have 40 acres of parking. It's called the
I believe it.
Iowa 80 truck stop in Walcott, Iowa. Matter of fact, I think they have over 440 acres, over 40
A
acres of
parking
parking.
spot. I think
Huh?
it's like I think it's like third or 60 some. I think.
Yeah, I don't know. They got a
Yeah,
huge,
the whole compound sets on like 140 acres or something like that.
yeah, something like that.
I've
Largest
been there.
truck
It's
stop
pretty
in the
cool.
world is the claim.
Yeah, I've been. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. I mean, if anybody ever gets a chance to stop there, do it. It's worth it. Trust me, it's worth it. Truck stop
The
with a
mu-
dentist and a barber, you know, that's that's almost unheard of. Not so much the barber, but the dentist. Very, very
Yeah,
few truck stops have an on-duty dentist. Of course, it's only during the day, but they
right.
do take walk-ins, which is cool.
Yeah,
Used to go to. Now I've told this story before, but I used to go to this Saps Sap Brothers truck stop in Salt Lake City, Utah, and there was a barber there, and he did it the old-fashioned way with a straight razor. He would actually put the towels on your face and all that, and then he'd shave you with a straight razor, and he'd even shave your head with a straight razor if you wanted him to, but I didn't. But yeah, it was awesome getting hot towels on the face, and then he'd lather you up, with the cup and the brush and all that, and then shave you with the straight razor, and then put the
right.
hot towels back on your face and wipe you all clean of the shaving cream, and then he put that tonic on you, that good smelling tonic, and then he had a vibrator that mounted the back of his head, and he'd run it around the back of your neck to help relax you a little bit even more. Fucking primo. It was $10 for a no, it's $5 for a beard, $10 for a haircut. So I'd have him cut my hair and my beard, $15, and I'd toss him an extra 10 just for because it's so fucking awesome. But he retired, and two young ladies bought him out, and they did away with the straight razor shave. Matter of fact, they did away with shaving. Period. All they had was the trimmers, the clippers. So
Bastards.
I mean, I still went there and got my trim and everything, but it was never the same, never as good. And a lot of states ban straight razor shaving. Barbers can't use straight razors.
Yeah,
A lot
I
of
can see
states
it.
have banned that. Yeah, I mean, I understand it too, as from a safety standpoint. I get that. I understand it, but it was just wonderful. There's nothing like going to a real barber shop. Now, my sister used to take me to hair, beauty shops and things like that. It's like, no, no, I want a real barbershop. And that's the nice thing. In Lennox, they have. Is he still open? There on Main Street.
I don't think so.
Ah, used to go in there all the time when I lived up in Lenox. One of the best barbers in the country. Anyway, had a real barber shop. Then you could sit in there and bullshit with the other guys and stuff. That's a barber shop. Parents, if you have a son, take him to a real barber shop. Not if they're boys, take them to a real barber shop, not some damn hairdresser or someplace. Stop that. Don't do that. No,
Right?
that's just wrong. Tanner, that's just wrong. Take your sons to a real barber. Do you have a real barber around there?
No.
Huh?
No. Not really, no.
Well, look around. Find a real barber. Even if you got to drive 20 miles, find a real barber. Your sons will thank you when they get older. Trust me.
Yes. Yes. What are you doing, you old Italian prick?
I know, right?
Like off of oh, Gran Torino.
Yeah. I used to take Seth and Wyatt to that barber there in Lenox, and they loved it. Seth used to say that was one of the best things that he loved doing with me was going to the barber.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like a good barber. Matter of fact, I need a barber right now because my beard needs trimmed. I need my head buzzed again. But our trimmers took a crap on us, so now I'm stuck without any trimmers. So I'm getting kind of woolly, and it's irritating my psoriasis.
They just ain't had time.
Huh?
I said mine, I haven't had time.
Ah, yeah, I know the feeling.
I had to pencil this whole live in to make it fit.
Thank God your mom came through, huh? Or did Sydney take them?
Sydney got a tank, took him.
Oh,
The youngest one got his haircut today.
oh, well, that's good. I suppose she took you to a hairdresser.
I think so.
Oh God, have a talk with your ex about that.
Right?
Say that shit ain't happening. Kid's going to a barber. No damn hairdresser, a barber.
Yes.
Now I'll have a bunch of liberals screaming at me saying I'm sexist or, you know, homophobic or some other crap.
Probably.
Because I want boys taken to a barber.
Yes. You're like bad person.
I'm a very bad person, apparently.
Yes. Horrible. Just horrible.
Hmm. Anyway, yeah, and that barber there at the Iowa 80 truck stop, I don't know if they still have a barber there or not. He was good too. He couldn't do the straight razor shave, but he had the buzzers and everything. And he did pretty good. He did really good cutting hair. Of course, it's pretty easy with me. Meow, 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 meow. Done. Whenever I
Yeah, pretty
walk into
much.
the barber shop, I say, take everything off except the eyebrows. And they look at me like, are you sure? And I'm like, yes, everything off except the eyebrows. They're like, okay. Yeah, I used to go to a barber shop there in Wildwood, Florida when I lived over there. And it was a Korean mother and daughter that ran it. And they were excellent. I liked going there. They were a lot of fun. We'd chat and they'd tell me about, I'd ask them about, because they immigrated here. And I'd ask them about Korea. Of course, Brian, a friend of mine, he was in the military and he did a tour in Korea for one of his when he reenlisted. He went to Korea and was there for a year or so, I think. And he loved Korea. I've always wanted to go visit Korea. He said the food there is like freaking outstanding. Which I've heard that, you know.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, he got addicted to kimchi when he was in Korea. So, but yeah, they were a lot of fun to chat with and stuff. They'd tell me about stuff in Korea. I'd tell them about growing up on a farm in southwest Iowa, things like that.
Yeah, that'd be a different thing for them,
Yeah, talk about culture shocks, huh? Them telling me about Korea, me telling them about a farm life on southwest Iowa.
right?
Two totally separate worlds. What do they call that music coming out of Korea now? K-pop? Yeah, I
Probably.
think it's yeah, K-pop. I think it's called K-pop. So that's pretty crazy stuff. You ever seen that?
I've heard some of it.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Watch videos. Don't just listen to it. Watch videos with it. Watch the videos that go along with it. It's crazy. Of course, you know, that's like Japan, you know, their culture is so different than ours. You know, they're a quiet and respectful people and they worship their elders. That's actually kind of their religion, from my understanding. Don't quote me on that. It's elder worship or ancestor worship. And their TV, they can do things on our TV that would give people here a serious heart attack. Like they allow nudity on their TV over there, their broadcast TV, so to speak.
Hmm.
Yeah, there's actually game shows based on nudity and stuff. It's like, alrighty then, I want me some Korean TV. So I guess
Right?
you can use your VPN to get you some Korean TV there, Tanner, and see what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
You little pervert. Nothing wrong with being a perv.
Right?
You know, a lot of kids are in this world because of little perverse. And that's the thing. A lot of things what people label as perverse or perverted or something is not perverted. It's just kinky. You know, the word perverted is relative because what might be perverted for one person might not be perverted for other. Now there is some serious perversion out there, like pedophiles and things like that. That is a serious perversion, and that is the only cure for that is
Well,
a bullet through the head.
yeah. If it's relative, technically it's incestuous.
Yeah, yeah, but yeah, I mean, I've always said everybody has a kink. It's just that most people haven't discovered what their kink is yet.
Yeah.
So, but everybody has a kink.
So what are you getting off this?
Oh, I'm getting some nuts like peanuts and some woodiness, some cedars coming through. Uh, it's a little dry on the palate though. It's like a dry martini. I'm getting like a
It is.
yeah, it's like a dry martini on the palate.
I get like a little bit of a rum taste to
Yeah,
it too.
yeah, I'm not getting any of that, but it's reminding me of drinking a dry martini, which is not an unpleasant thing. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it in a negative sense. But yeah, that's pretty much what I'm getting with it right now. Wow, I cannot believe what now and Trevor aren't in here. That's just crazy. I mean, Trevor, I
Must have
get because
scared
he's
him.
got a new baby and everything, so he's probably busy with the family. But you know, figure what now would be in here. So I guess this Saturday, smoke along kind of crashed and burned, huh?
Yeah. Well, no, we smoked along,
Yeah, we had our smoke along. I guess we're good.
right?
Yeah. So, anyway, how long have we been at this anyway?
I'm not sure.
52 minutes and 48 seconds.
Makes sense. It's 4:52 or 4:54 here, so
Yeah. Yep. I think I'll probably delete this off of Facebook when I'm done.
oh, you're broadcasting to Facebook.
Or YouTube, I mean.
So why too much political views?
Yeah. I might leave it up for a day just to see what happens. Just to see what happens. Watch, I'll go from 562 subscribers down to like 10.
Or you might wake up with 10,000 subscribers. Who knows?
Yeah, maybe. Now, I do
Well,
have a YouTube channel that is solely based on politics that I don't hardly do anything with. I suppose we could do a political um, broadcast on there sometime.
yeah, we can invite some of my buddies in.
Yeah, we could.
We'd
We
piss
could.
everybody off.
Yep. We could have a DJ come on, and he could be the leftist in the group, and we
Yeah,
could debate. He could debate with us, and we could debate with him. Do you think he would actually debate, or do you think he'd just get pissy and start calling everybody dirty names?
DJ'd actually be able to debate.
That's good. That's good.
He always calls me extreme rightist. I just do it because I know it sets him off.
Yeah.
I told him, I told him to be honest, I really don't care. I said, I just want shit to work. It's like when I'm working on stuff. I don't care what brand it is. I don't care what I work on. I can work on anything from a Honda Civic to a Ferrari. I just want the damn thing to work when I'm done.
Yep. Nothing wrong with that. That's what it's all about, making shit work. But
And I
yeah,
mean, the government is just a giant business.
actually, it is. Actually, it is. And that's one thing Trump has figured out. It is a business. You need to run it like a business. If any business was run like the government, it would go bankrupt in a week.
Oh yeah,
It would.
I don't know if I'd give him a week.
That's right. It used to be a thing, we had a budget surplus. Under Clinton, we had a budget surplus. Reagan was in, he did all his tax cuts and everything. Receipts started rolling in. We actually made more money with lower taxes because more people were working, and we got more money because more people were working, even though they were paying less taxes. Okay,
Right.
it worked. It worked. It worked. It works. It really works. We have proof of it. It works. But then, you know, politicians on both sides, both Republicans and Democrats, forgot what it was like to actually have a surplus, and they started saying, "Hey, it's not our money. Why should we care? It's not our
Right.
money. We don't care." So they started spending and spending. And like I said, both sides did it. I'm not picking one side or the other on this.
No.
Both sides did it. And they spend and they spend. And then they tax and then they spend. Here's what everybody needs to do when you do your taxes every year. You take the amount you paid in. See, a lot of people, they get their paycheck, they go right to the bottom line and they say, "Oh, that's what I made." They don't look at everything in between, at what was taken out for income tax, federal income tax, state income tax, if you have a state income tax, Florida doesn't. Tennessee doesn't. Texas doesn't. Number of states don't have state income tax. Anyway, you take and you add them all up at the end of the year, and you take and you save all your receipts. I mean, everything: grocery bills, gas receipts, uh, all that stuff. Your cell phone bill, everything. And you go through all those receipts and you look up all the little taxes that are added onto all those: sales tax, um, your cell phone usage tax. Yes, they tax you because you use a cell phone. Cell phone usage tax. It's there. Look it up. All these other fuel tax. You can't find that on the receipt of a fuel receipt. But what you can do is take the gallons of fuel you pumped, and you can go to your state's website and see what you're paying in fuel tax, because the feds charge a fuel tax and your state charges a fuel tax. They'll both be on your website. You can look both of those up. That's public information. Add up the gallons on all those fuel receipts. Then take that times the tax per gallon of both state and federal. You'll see how much you paid in fuel tax. All those taxes, add them all up, you will find it is not rich people and corporations keeping you broke. It's not. It's the government keeping you broke. They take about half your yearly income in taxes. About half. And you can find that. If you can prove me wrong, I want you to. But when you start adding all that stuff up, you'll find I'm right.
And they tax rich people too.
Yeah.
So
The
they're
top
paying for tax
1%,
also.
the top 1% of income earners in the United States, the top 1%, the richest of the rich, pay almost 2/3 of all the income tax receipts. 2/3. So when people say tax the rich, make them pay their fair share, they're paying more than their fair share. They're paying for 2/3 of all the income tax receipts. Yeah, they're paying their fair share, then some. So when you hear politicians say tax the rich, make them pay their fair share, they're lying to you. They're playing on your emotions. They think you're an emotional idiot, and they're playing on your emotions.
Just all less.
Yep. And I'm not saying you're an emotional idiot. I'm saying those politicians think you are.
They're trying to play you as one.
They are. See, they need class warfare. They need racism to survive. They need sexism to survive. They need class warfare to survive. Those politicians feed on that. That's how they get their political currency, shall we say.
Yeah.
Yep. And that is verifiable. What I just said about the top 1% paying 2/3 of all the income tax receipts, that is verifiable with the IRS. You can go to their website and find it. I'm not lying to you. You can go to their website and find it. Because every year the IRS puts out who paid what in the previous year. How much was paid by the top 1%? How much was paid by the top 10%? How much was paid by the bottom 50%? The bottom 50% of income earners in the U.S. only pay about, I think it's 16% or 17% of the total income tax receipts. The bottom
I can see it.
50% of income earners only pay like 16, 17% of all income tax receipts. So who's not paying their fair share?
Well, I mean, technically, if you go by it, we're all paying our fair share.
Oh, we are.
But
Yeah.
the wealthy spend more money because they have more money, so they're going to get taxed more. So they're going to end up having to pay more, and they make more money, so they're going to have more income tax taken.
Right, exactly.
That's actually I had that my people I work with, they got raises and it put them in a different tax bracket. They actually ended up making less money because they made more money because they got put to a different tax bracket.
Yep, exactly. That happens. And like when now, when they said Trump doesn't pay any taxes, they were lying to you about that, because what they were showing you was on his income tax return, he ended up paying zero or getting a refund. Okay. But what they didn't tell you was all the taxes he paid in already doing his quarterly estimated income. They didn't
Yeah,
show you all that. No, they just showed you his income tax receipt that he didn't have to pay in anymore, or got a refund. And they're saying, oh, he's not paying any taxes. Oh, yes, he is. His quarterly estimated income, every quarter he pays in. That's like a lot of
that's so
these
it does.
people that,
That's so it doesn't hurt nearly as much at the end of the year.
well, yeah, exactly. And it's actually required under IRS, federal tax code, that you're supposed to pay in quarterly estimated income on your 1099 income.
Yeah.
And what a 1099 is income that's untaxed. So, like if you own a business, whatever you pay yourself is considered 1099 income because you didn't tax it previously. So you have to pay in quarterly on that income. It's a quarterly estimated income. What you do is you take up your income in that quarter and you figure up what the taxes will be on it, and then you send that to the government with a quarterly estimated income tax form. Okay, and then at the end of the year you file your 1099, which has your total income, and then how much you actually paid in on your quarterly estimated income, and then it determines if you need to pay more or less, or if you get a refund. You know,
Right.
and that's what a lot of people who are on an hourly wage don't understand. They think everybody, even people who own their own business or stuff, have get taxes taken out of each check. No, they don't. That's not how it works. And so many people don't know that about the tax code. You know, if they actually owned a business or something, or had 1099 income, they would know this. See, I had 1099 income. I received rent off of my farms, cash rent. So I had to pay 1099 income. And,
Which, and if
you
you
know,
if you pay ahead, it makes it look like you don't have to pay taxes.
exactly.
So it kind of basically makes you look bad,
Yeah.
but you're still
But
paying taxes.
as far as political, it makes you look like you didn't pay anything, because when you
Yeah.
file your taxes, it shows that you didn't owe anything, or you actually got a refund. You know, and that's what the politicians are doing. Like in Trump's case, they're lying to you. Well, they're lying to you, but in a way that they can, because
Hmm.
yes, he paid in on his quarterly estimated income, but they're saying, oh, well, he didn't pay any taxes on his tax receipt, on his tax income, tax on his income tax form. That's true. They're telling you the truth there, but they're not telling you about what he already paid in, and that's lying. People say, well, if you don't tell them, it's not lying. Well, yes, it is, because it's intellectually dishonest, is what it is.
It's misinforming you.
Yes, yes, it is.
It's leaving out very important details.
Yes, it is.
It's like taking a book and ripping the middle section out.
Right. Exactly. That's exactly what it is. And see, that's what a lot of people don't understand, especially on the left. They don't get that, because most people have never had to pay in 1099 income like you, where you work. You get your paycheck, everything's already taken out, right? You
Mhm.
don't see it. And that's where the government was brilliant when they started taking withholding tax for your federal income tax. Out of sight, out of mind. Most people go right to the bottom. see what they got. They don't look at anything in between. They just go to the bottom. Oh, I made this. No, you actually made this, and then the government
Yeah,
came in and took all this and left you with this.
I'd love to make my gross pay.
Huh?
I'd love to make what my gross pay is before everything was taken out.
Oh yeah, exactly. And that's what a lot. Nobody looks at their gross pay. They look at their net pay. If they would look at their gross pay and then look at everything in between, there would be a tax revolution in this country in a heartbeat. But the government took it out ahead of time, out of sight, out of mind.
They're
They
taking
know.
easily over $1,000 a month of my gross pay.
Yep.
It's sad. I don't like looking at my gross pay because it makes me sad how much they take out.
Yeah. Yeah. People actually looked at their gross pay and how much was taken out each check. They would. Most people. I'm not saying everybody. Some people like paying taxes for you know paying for
I
trans surgeries in Guatemala or
yeah.
where the fuck ever. Some people like paying for that. Not me.
I don't mind paying taxes when it goes to the right spots.
Right. But yeah.
It's like my
And
fuel tax. Fix the damn roads.
yeah, exactly. I mean, we're paying all this money in fuel taxes, and the roads are absolute shite, and the bridges are shite. Bridges are collapsing and stuff, and yeah. All right. Here's something you didn't know. I'll bet you didn't know. Do you know that when Biden got in office, one of the things he did was he created a fund. I think it was like $6 billion was put into this fund to build electric vehicle charging stations all across the country. Create a network of electric vehicle charging stations free for public use. Do you know that?
I did not know that.
Do you know how many charging stations were actually built?
3.
Six.
Oh, I was almost right.
You were almost right.
That's one.
Only
That's $1
six.
billion per charging station.
Yep, $1 billion per charging station. Nobody knows where that money went. It's just poof, gone, gone,
Yeah.
just gone. Nobody knows where it went. Nobody can account for it.
If I stole $6 billion, I'd be in prison.
Yeah, exactly. Yep, $6 billion, poof, just gone. Nobody knows where it went.
Sad, ain't it?
It is, and there's actually people that want that to continue. Is what's really scary.
That's why uh,
That's
Elon was
why I.
scaring everybody when he was
Huh?
auditing everything. Everybody said, "Oh, you shouldn't have to audit the government." You shouldn't have to audit the government. Yes, that's true, but we're not the only country that doesn't. We're actually behind on it. There's many, many, many other countries that have private firms that audit the government in the
Yeah,
country,
the government should be audited every year. It should be.
or every
The
even yearly maybe.
the 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 people of the United States should know where every penny of the government of what the government spent, where it went. They should know where every penny was spent. Because, and here's the other thing: a lot of people think it's the government's money. Oh, well, I get money; it's the government's money. No, it's not. It's your money. The government has no money. The government, yeah, prints money, but it doesn't actually create wealth.
Nope.
Okay, you create wealth. You, the people, create wealth. The government has no money of its own. The only money it has is the money it takes from you. That is the only money the government has, is money it takes from you. And that's why we, the people, have a right to know where every penny is spent. But so many people don't care, or they don't mind it being spent and wasted and just lost like $6 billion, poof, just gone. Oh, well, shit happens.
Six
No,
billion dollars would $6 billion would be a life changing amount for me. I'd never have to work a day in my life.
I know, right?
Neither of my kids.
And that's yeah, a lot of people are okay with that kind of waste and fraud. It's like I'm not. Yeah, it's out there. And that's why
We're
so
gonna have,
many people are bitching about Doge because they're making money off of that waste and fraud. And they don't want that spigot to stop. They want that spigot to keep flowing. And that's why when they said Doge and they said Trump said he was going to create Doge, I was 100% on board with that.
yeah. Well, it's just like if you ever seen the experiment with the monkeys?
Oh, which one? There's been a number of them.
Well, the one they put a bunch of monkeys in a cage, and they put a banana up on a ladder. Well, the one monkey would climb up, try to get the banana. They'd spray the rest of the monkeys with water, and they kept doing that and they'd pull one monkey out and replace it with a new monkey. Well, that new monkey would try to climb up and get that banana. Well, they'd spray the rest of it with water. They kept doing that, and then when they got to the point where the other monkeys would drag the other monkey off the ladder, would let him go get the banana because they got tired of getting sprayed with water.
And what was the point of that experiment?
Well, it shows you like if you take somebody, you got the Senate and the House and all of them, you pull one person out, put a new person in, that new person's gonna end up falling in line with the rest of the people.
True. That's true.
Because most average people don't like confrontation.
Yeah, that's true.
And most people don't like change.
That's
But
true
you get
too.
some of the people in there that are there's some people in there that love confrontation. Them are actually the people you kind of want in there because they're willing to say what they think.
Yep. Kind of like that Senator Kidney from Louisiana.
Yes, yes, that man. That is, we need more people that are outspoken like him.
Yep, we do. Or Marjorie Taylor Greene. I mean, I know I may not agree with her on everything, but at least she's got the cojones to actually say something and say what's on her mind.
Yes.
There we go. Light it up in here a little bit. Starting to get dark in here. But
Yeah,
yeah,
it's
I mean,
gonna have to
and
label
here's the
this one
thing.
warning
I
political
yeah,
content.
yeah. Like I said, this is getting taken down after we get done here. Yeah, this is getting taken down.
Too bad we didn't have people commenting. That would have been more fun.
I know, right? I mean, I guess we could create a. I already have a politics channel. I suppose we could. You could create one, and we could start broadcasting on there and talking
I mean,
politics.
you can download this live and upload it to your political channel.
This is true. Yeah, I could. I'll blur out our Twitter handles on here.
Or our Twitch handles.
Yeah, our Twitch handles, Twitter handles. Ha.
Twitter is no more. It's been replaced with X.
Your mom still hasn't sent me a friend's request. What the hell's up with that?
I don't know. I don't know why she hasn't.
I mean, it's okay if she doesn't. I just figured she'd want me back on there
Right?
because she said I was one of the few people that comment and like on her food porn.
Right?
Janelle and her food porn. I mean, it's
Yeah.
actually pretty good food porn. I like it.
Yeah, she makes good food. I'll give her that.
Yep. And it's not really surprising that your dad never got into social media.
He's into YouTube now.
Oh, he's into YouTube now.
Oh yeah.
You got him on YouTube to follow my cigar Mick, and now he got onto YouTube big time.
I haven't got him. I don't think I got him to follow your YouTube yet, but he follows mine.
Well, God damn it! Next time you see him, you're gonna have to grab his phone and add me to his subscribe.
He only
You're
does.
gonna
He
have
does it on his computer. He don't do that shit on his phone. His phone's an antique iPhone. So
Oh well, then you're gonna have to get on his computer next time you're over there and have him subscribe to me.
right.
Tell him he don't have a choice in it. I'm being an asshole, and I want him subscribed to me.
Yes, we're forcing you to subscribe.
Well, I've known him for 40 years. He ought to subscribe to me.
Right. I'm not even real sure if he has an actual YouTube account
Or
or
if
he
he
just
just,
goes on there and searches it up.
well, that could be. I guess you better find out if he actually has a YouTube account. And if not, create one for him.
Yeah, I know they have a Google account. They have a YouTube account because they have YouTube TV, so they have to have one.
Yeah. Well, probably in your mom's name because I was talking to her about it. Back when she first started doing that, she's wondering what to get. Tell her to get the go to Disney Plus and subscribe to that. You get a good deal on it. Plus, with Disney Plus, you get Hulu with it.
We already have Hulu, so we could probably just switch it over and get Disney Plus for free too.
Well, I don't think it works that way. You'll have to look and see. But anyway, and not that I'm a real big Disney supporter because of all the politics involved in that, but we got a good deal. We get it for a year for like $30 for both of them, so or $40 or something. So that's a deal you just can't pass up. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because I think like Hulu, I think is what $15 a month now by itself.
I think it's 7 if you want the ad one. I think it's 15 if you don't get ads.
Yeah,
I have Disney or not Disney. I have Discovery Plus, and they were charging $10 a month. And then I went to go. This guy's like, I don't use it enough, so I was like, I was gonna get rid of it. And then they said, well, we'll give you the ad free one for 3 months or 4 months for like $3.99 or something. I'm like, okay, I guess I'll keep it for 3 more months.
actually, we're getting it for free, and I don't know how we're getting it for free because Seth James was subscribed to it, but he turned the subscription off, and we're still getting it.
Hmm.
Don't know how, but we're still getting it. Even though he turned the subscription off, and it's been turned off like going on a year now.
See, I had Motor Trend on demand. And then ended up going to Discovery Plus, and that's how I ended up with Discovery Plus.
Uh, I like Discovery Plus. They got all the cooking shows on there and all that.
Yeah, and they've got. I like how it's made, stuff like that.
Yeah, that's a good show. How It's Made is a great show. Learned a lot there.
Some weird stuff, but it's neat to learn.
Yeah, it is. Yep, really is. All right, well, looks like nobody's going to join in today, so I guess we can kick this one off. What do you
Yes,
say, Sam?
bastards, bastards.
I know, right?
I finished mine with that much left.
See what I got?
Yeah, yeah. Mine got to burn in my fingers, and I called it quits.
Yep. Well, we've been on for an hour and 22 minutes, so
We're doing pretty good.
yep. All right, well, we're just going to sign this off because I'm going to delete this. So, anyway.